Tēnā rā koutou katoa, nau mai, piki mai, ki te hōtaka nei, e kia ana ko te ata hihiko mōrena ata marie. Tāro neho tēnei, wakapāho atu kia koutou. I te rangi nei, kei te kōrero mātou ki te komiti waka-aere mō Taranaki tū mai ki Ngāti Tama 2023. E hoa ma, it's all going down, Taranaki Wars, as I've been calling it on the show. E te iwi, where we can all come together, celebrate our Taranaki tanga. We are welcoming into the show today our committee members. We have got Rangi Mōkai, we have got Sally, we've got the Bro Raymond, and we've also got the Tuahine Longi. E te iwi, morena, whanau mā, nau mai, nau mai. Nau mai ki te hōtaka.
Morena.
Morena. So I know you've been hard out planning, and everybody's been looking forward to probably one thing the most out of everything, and it's the draws. Now, I will let you know, wānau mā, that the draws have been sent out this morning. We've finally got everybody from the different iwi together and collated all that information, gone through all the technical parts of it all, and those draws have been sent out to your iwi coordinator, so you need not worry anymore. E te iwi. We've got a couple of things that we're talking about in this final update before we kick into the weekend. E hoa ma, we'll start off with you, Cousin Raymond, and let's talk about the tops that you're wearing today on the live stream.
Aira, morena e te whanaunga, morena to all our whānau out there who are watching live or who will be watching us at some point today. So just as you would have seen on our Facebook page last night, we've implemented a bit of a colour T-shirt system. And really that was just to be able to visibly for our whānau who are attending the kaupapa to be able to, I suppose, you know, look at being able to identify certain kaimahi. So as you can see today, we're all adorned with our beautiful Ngāti Tama logo with our kōkako, and we've got all our different colours. So for myself, I'm in the hair fuchsia, so that's the colour. Fuchsia is her name. No. Known as pink. No. And so the pink tees will be what our committee wears. So myself, Lungs, we also, of course, Cousin Sally and Rangi Mōkai, as well as our other, our committee administrator, Ashley, will all be identifiable with the pink tees during the weekend. For our sports coordinators, Ane, this is neon blue. Well, we'll call her neon. And so that will be all of our our sports or events coordinators. So those will be the ones that are going to be overseeing each of the different codes or the events that are happening. And then, of course, with our coordinators, they will have a crew of kaimahi that will be involved with that as well. And so the kaimahi will be in purple, as our whanaunga there, Rangi Mōkai, is wearing there this morning. And then, of course, we have our royal blue. And so the royal blue that our whanaunga Sally is wearing is what our Ngāti Tama uri who are participating in the kaupapa will be wearing. So as you can see here, we have a whānau of bright, vibrant colours. So there is a, I suppose there is a reason why we're all wearing these pretty cool colours. But just another thing to point out too is that all of our kaimahi will be visible this weekend too with our passes, aroha mai. So there has got, be easily for stand up for our whānau that are going to be present. And then just on the back is just useful details, which is going to be distributed for our kaimahi to wear. So just to keep an eye out for those i te whānau, as well as media. Media will have their own pass as well. But of course, the word will be changed to media. Hope that made sense.
That's beautiful, and quite a clear indication where people need to go to for the different kōrero. So that's amazing. Very well done. And I would also like a fuchsia or a purple, just letting you know. Now, there's a couple of other things, and one of the major kaupapa for Taranaki Tūmai for 2023, I believe, is the parakore aspect of it. Now, we've seen during the kingitanga, they had people standing by the bins and like this bin, that bin, that bin, and the other. So talk to us a little bit about the parakore and to remind our wānau coming to the weekend what they're going to need to bring for that. Somebody. Kia ora.
Ka pai, koau. I think with parakore, the biggest message is to try and bring as many of your own items as possible that are going to be reusable and can go back home. So our top tier, or our level 1 for the point system for parakore will involve having iwi who can show their participation in the event by bringing along all of those cutlery, the systemic containers, anything that you've got at home that you will use over and over again. If you bring that to the event and you use that as well as your reusable drink bottle, of course, you're going to get some top points with Robin, our coordinator. And then our middle tier, our middle level, is that if you've got some disposables, but they're really good and they'll break down in the environment, we're happy to go into the next level for that if you have not bought your own reusables. And then our last one is that we're making sure we don't want to see any plastic, any single-use bottles, any single-use the plastics and anything that you want to use for containers, for utensils and all of those things. And so you won't be getting any points for your iwi te whānau if you're going to bring along plastics and things that won't break down really good in our environment. And so we are using our kaupapa a iwi trophy, and that's going to be the kaupapa for Taranaki 2 Mai 2023 ki Ngāti Tama. And it will be that whoever gets the most points for the parakore journey will receive that trophy at prize giving on the Sunday.
Excellent. That's really cool, and a good way to look after our taiao, of course. So there you go, wānau mā, no single-use plastics. If you're like me and buy a pump bottle at the Z station, then just chuck your Ngāti Tama t-shirt on when you go to the kaupapa. Mean. Absolutely mean kaupapa, and tautoko ka tika tātou katoa I tēnei kaupapa motuhake, really. And so just keeping on the awards, there are a couple of new sports that are at this 2 Mai, and I know that our Te Reo o Te Uru ladies, they're covering a little bit of a story to do with the kōrero. Can you just give us a little kōrero about the Fair Play Award that's been reinstated for this 2 Mai, and any other awards that you'd like to talk about that our wānau can battle it out for over the weekend?
Yeah, so we're really excited to be developing something around the Fair Play Award. We've talked quite a lot in the lead up around 2 Mai really being around Taranaki-tanga and Manaaki-tanga and Kotahi-tanga, and not really being about the World Cup final. And so we really want to emphasise that and pull this trophy in and celebrate people who are really reflecting those po of Taranaki 2 Mai. We're attributing points for people who arrive at places that they registered to arrive when they are supposed to arrive, and that's kind of our biggest thing about, you know, making 2 Mai really successful. Is if a team is registered, they've got a team that they're able to play against because they've arrived and are ready to go. We're also going to be attributing points for if an iwi has got a team and they're missing some people, because, you know, there's quite a lot of other things that have been happening for whānau and they might not be able to make it. But if people are able to, in those social and those ngāhau teams, jump in and help pick up those numbers so that people are able to put a team on and get that game going, we're going to be attributing points for that as well. And then we're also looking at not just our people who are playing and participating in the codes, but the people who are spectating, and looking at those that are showing lots of Manaaki-tanga, really reflecting the Kotahi-tanga and Taranaki-tanga of the event, and being really supportive of the people playing in those codes from both teams. So friendly heckling is fine, but let's keep it really fun and family friendly, and a place that everyone's really wanting to be.
Oh, tautoko there. And I know I can get pretty feisty on those netball courts. So there you go. I know that that particular kaupapa of the fair play has been reinstated, and that's just to remind ourselves of why we're coming together for Taranaki Tuma. So mihi ana kia koe Sally mo ngā wakamaramatanga ki tēnā kaupapa. Now, a couple of pōwhiri that are happening out at Pukearohe as well, e hoa ma, and I encourage everybody coming to Tūmai to go to the pōwhiri. It's probably one of the biggest parts of our tikanga and upholding our tikanga and ensuring that the mana for each iwi, bearing in mind that this is the full cycle of Tūmai for all 8 iwi, so it'd be lovely to have everybody at the pōwhiri. Can we just touch on that really quickly, what's happening now at Pukearohe?
Hi. So as we know, there's a pōwhiri at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that pōwhiri is for toko maru waka. So we want toko maru waka to come on that pōwhiri, and that's going to be a nice quick turnaround. Hopefully our kai kōrero are on the same page as us. Nice quick turnaround, and we toko maru waka together will pōwhiri on the rest of the maunga and everyone else that's coming on to Pukearohe. We have got numbers of 600 people attending, which is the biggest Tūmai pōwhiri I've ever been to. That's not including our haukainga, and so we've got some extra marquees and a whole lot of kai coming in, making sure that we can cover everybody. The pōwhiri itself will kick off at 9, and then we want to kick off the next one at 10. And of course, that's going to be governed by our pahi system. So we want to make sure that our buses are leaving Waitara and leaving their respective areas at the right time, so that they all will get there in good time, can park up, can gather, and then be prepared for the pōwhiri, the karanga, to go out. So lots and lots of people have contributed into this, and we did have to go back to our coordinators to say, please double check those numbers, because that sounds humongous. But they went through all of those registrations and came back and had those numbers. So we really appreciate everybody who's contributed to that, and the team that have put the pōwhiri together, and all the whānau that have just come back together to say, right, this is what we need to do. So e mihi ana ki tātou.
Ka pai. Thank you for that. And just let out whānau who are watching and listening and tuned in this morning is that Te Korimaku will actually be covering from 7:30. Our coverage will start at 7:30 a.m. on the radio, so that when you're on your way up to Pukearohe, when you're on your way up to Waitara, you'll be able to keep updated as the kōrero comes through. No doubt we'll try and get Cousin Raymond or Rangi Mokai on air just to have a little kōrero about what it looks like, and so you can get that feel for what to expect at the pōwhiri. Now, there's going to be lots of media coverage over the weekend as well. Raymond, if you want to talk about that.
Yes, so there's going to be a bit of media coverage happening. What's really great to see is a lot of our iwi bringing in their own videographers and photographers. So as just mentioned in my kōrero earlier, all of our media, I suppose, kai mahi that are going to be there doing that type of mahi will all be identified with their lanyard. So really it's just so that our kai mahi are able to easily identify whoever's going to be in those spaces. And it's just, just an opportunity for them to be able to gather what they need to for their iwi communications and, and images and stuff like that. So we're pleased to always, as we always do, have Te Korimaku o Taranaki coming in and providing the live stream. We also have Te Reo Te Uru that will be doing some videography as well. We also have, the likes of iStudios and our whānau, from Ngā Ruahine and Ngāti Roanui bringing in their, crew to do their bits and pieces too. So, just really, really pleased that whānau are really wanting to be active in that space and capture those moments, because it's this stuff here for future generations that we'll use to pull and draw, when you think about the videos that we've put together of the old images of past Taranaki Tūmai, and how the faces just, remind us of those that are no longer with us. and where we are, you know, and how instrumental they've actually been with the kaupapa too. So yeah, just really grateful, and just want to mihi to our iwi officers around, you know, making sure that we're capturing these moments and these memories. And like we say, this is actually, you know, it's a very special one to be at too, coming to the full end of the cycle. So yeah, just really pleased with that, and looking forward to all the great coverage. It's going to be going over all the iwi pages and the images that are going to be shared.
Excellent. Yes, and for all of you out there tuned in this morning, the best place to go is to the Taranaki Tūmai ki Ngāti Tama 2023 page. I just want to also give a reminder that there are some fake pages happening out there, wānau mā. So kia matara, make sure that you're looking after your kaumātua around these Facebook pages. They're cheeky. They are cheeky. They don't care who you are, what you do. If they can infiltrate, they will, and it's just a simple click, and next minute they got your money. So, kia matara e tātou mā. I will just remind you all that the Ngāti Tama page that is the real page has over 1,000 followers, okay? So if there's a page that you see that has less followers, then yeah, don't click it. We do not accept, there will be no friend requests from this page, and just remind our old people as well that is also happening. So there's no doubt a few other things, Cousin Raymond, that you're wanting to cover for tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I just realised, gee, it's a bit early for Taiaroa this morning. What else should our whānau know before making their trip up to Ngāti Tama country?
For us, it's just really making sure that whānau come with what they need. You know, coming out to Pukearu here, beautiful, you know, our wahi, you know, we've just a stunning place, but you know, it's not one of those places where you can just jump in your waka if you forgot your like medication or your inhaler. You know, because it is a bit of a drive. So, you know, if you do need your medication, your pumps and stuff like that, your reusable water bottles, you know, some hats, you know, umbrellas, you know, for the sunshine and stuff like that, just come prepared. Bring that with you, jump on the pahi, and, you know, it'll be great. But I think the main thing too, to whananga and our whānau watching, is just keep an eye on our Facebook page, because that's going to be the platform now that where a lot of our updates and lives and all that are going to happen. So if you want anything hot off the press, the Facebook page is where it's at. And just to tautoko your kōrero, our Taiaroa about our page. So our Taranaki Tūmai ki Ngāti Tama 2023 page has 1.7k members. So when you are seeing your page and you're accepting a page and you can't see 1.7k membership, then yeah, she's a scam. Yeah. And if you don't see these beautiful faces on that page, then yeah, you're not going to the right kaupapa. Aroha mai.
Oh, cracking me up. So there you go, wānau mā. All the lineup for the full weekend will be on the Ngāti Tama page, and no doubt your iwi pages. They've got the draws that will be posted up today, I believe. Yep, they will be posted up today. And of course, they have the map. So there's maps, and it will show you exactly where each thing is happening, where the iwi ali is happening, where the different kaupapa are happening. There are maps available for you all. Like the cousin Raymond has mentioned, all the updates, all the lives will be between the Ngāti Tama and Te Korimako pages, e te iwi, and of course your own respective iwi pages will be bringing you content as it unrolls and unfolds over the weekend. Cousins, we just want to end off, unless you've got something else, as the karakia component of the weekend. I believe and understand that those are happening down next door to the awa. Can someone talk to us about how that's going to roll out over the weekend?
We want all of our whānau to come down to the awa. So we know that there's a rowing regatta happening down at Clifton, and I know that our Waitara whānau will think go straight to Clifton Rowing Club, but we are actually down the end of West Quay over the stop bank and at the jet ski launch. So if you can't see Nathan Tuta, then you're probably in the wrong place. We want you to go down over there and remind me what time it is, Sally.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So we want you to be there before 8 o'clock in the morning. Park your car up walk on over to where Nathan is, and we're going to have a karakia down there. Because there aren't any sports happening up at the hub at that time, we want everybody to come down to the awa to join us for karakia if you can. I've heard that Tamsin's coming down to do a little bit of coverage on behalf of Te Korimako, so be awesome that everyone can join in with you guys as well. But if you can come ātinana, nau mai hara mai ki te awa Waitara, have a little horoi and let's start the day.
I think it's a really special way for us to come together and start the kaupapa of each day by our awa, surrounded by our waka and our people. So there you go, wānau mā. Just because Te Korimako is also going live during the karakia and a couple of reels during the karakia, that's no excuse for you not to go down there and, you know, have that cleanse for the morning. So ka tau te wārua ki runga i a tātou katoa mō ngā hākina e haere ake mō ngā rangi wakata. Any final messages before we wrap up for today?
We've had a couple of mate this week, and we just want to send our love down to Takupuaia to our auntie and our cousin Tahana. One of our coordinators, Ngā Puti and Hurt Wānau, they've had a loss as well. Our Pue Kingi whānau with our Uncle Bird passing, and then this morning with our auntie. Ngā Tumutinga whānau. So on behalf of our committee, we just want to send our love. And we're thinking about you guys, and our hearts are with you. So, kia ora.
Tēnā koe longai. Anything else before we go? But I think that's a fabulous way to wrap it up, because as we go into this weekend e Wāma, we will remember all of those of our wanaunga who are now stars up in the sky, and we will be no doubt playing for them with them in our hearts. Nō reira, kia koutou katoa, e te komiti waka haere, have a fantastic weekend. I know Lucky Cousin's got no hair already because it'll be all falling out otherwise. But yeah, beautiful kaupapa. Absolutely looking forward to Ngāti Tama turning it on for our maunga. And to the committee, thank you for joining us. And we will hopefully catch up with you over the weekend and bring one last broadcast from the event for Taranaki Tūmai ki Ngāti Tama 2023. It's on. Ngā Roira is going to take every trophy e te iwi. But have fun, have a fantastic time, drive safe, make sure that you get your wānau there safely and safely back to your respective homes as well. Ka mihi ki koutou katoa I tai mai tēnei ata o te rā kia koutou te komiti waka aere. Tēnei rā te mihi ki koutou.